Okay, and we're back. Boink, boink. So, let's see what we're playing against. And let me hide this a little bit. Let me make this a little smaller. Alright, so we're playing against Rashmi. Pretty solid, but if you're trying to keep up with us in value, it's not going to work. Marchesa, which is pretty aggressive and has some reanimator and some combo potential. And Casero Orochi Archmage, which makes creatures unblockable and gives snakes +2/+2. So that's going to be the most aggressive, followed by Marchesa, and we're probably going to be the slowest deck. This hand is pretty bad. We're missing 2 colors of mana, and we don't have a way to fix that. We don't have we can't cast anything in our hand except the Lightning Grease, which is the least important card. So I'm going to mulligan. This hand is much better, even though it doesn't have a ton of stuff. Vorinclex is pretty fantastic, and the Farseek lets us cast our commander on turn 3. So this is basically a snap keep. We have some draw steps to draw things to do. Even if we don't for a while, Vorinclex is great. Excuse me. And we definitely have enough lands for our commander to be relevant. Like for our commander's trigger to do a lot of work. Turn 0 Leyline of Anticipation makes me a little scared with Rashmi. Tortured Existence is quite solid with Marchesa. But we'll see exactly what synergies our opponent has next time. Or, with time. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but I suspect that all will be revealed. Let me make this a little bit bigger again. There we go. So you all can kind of see that. We drew Martial Coup, which is basically the best card to draw in this situation. I'm going to get a white source. And this Windswept Teeth is probably getting Hallowed Fountain or Tundra. So that we have double white for Martial Coup, and we have a blue source. Farseek is going to get, I think, green-blue as well. I don't know. We'll have to see what we need. Alright, so Urborg plus Izzet Signet is a pretty great combination. Just like fixes their mana. Nobody else has black, so the Urborg is pretty convenient for Marchesa's controller. Just really, really helps them out. Vivid Creek plus Island. Let's see what Cascade has on turn 2. Green mana, blue mana, back to nature, which gets rid of just the ley line. We're not playing Chancery anytime soon, so I'm still going to get green-blue, I think. This Farseek. We definitely want a green source, and we're shorter on blue sources than we are on white sources, so let's go grab a breeding pool. We don't really need 2 red. And this Windswept Teeth can always fetch like a green-red. Or a... Yeah, green-red or white-red, depending on what we need. Kodama's Reach, so we're casting Rashmi next turn with 1 mana. Open. Which is pretty nice. Oh. Dak Faden, Stealer of Artifacts. The Back to Nature also destroyed the Tortured Existence. Stealer of Artifacts, Looter of Cards. Ha! I just got that. Dak Faden is the greatest thief in the multiverse because both of his minus abilities steal, and his plus ability loots. Ha 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 ha. Bum. Puns. Thassa. So this is like this Cascade deck is like unblockable deck. Interesting. So red, blue, white. So we can play the basic forest actually here, which works pretty well. Because I want to save the fetch land in case we draw one of our landfall creatures. So we'll play the Azorius Chancery, bounce the basic plains. And we drew a Reclamation Sage, which is pretty sweet. Everyone else gets to decide what they want to do for Kanaios and Tyro, which will be interesting. It usually takes people a little while. Okay. Return the plains, and now we have some pretty great stuff. Looks like everyone drew a card, which is not particularly surprising. Except for Reikoku, who put a land into play. Coiling Oracle. What got revealed? Mind's Dilation. Oh, props for the Amonkhet full arts, by the way. These things are amazing, and I should find some to run. Mind's Dilation is an annoying card, and the opponent can cast it next turn, so I'm a little scared. But Reclamation Sage can get rid of it, fortunately. Alright, Marchesa. Show me what you got. Dax continuing his looting because there are no artifacts to steal. What have we discarded so far? Duplicate, Puppeteer Clique, Aura Thief, and Seagate Oracle. Aura Thief is a little misleading of a card name, because you don't get to move any auras, you just gain control of them, so which is not particularly useful. Alright, Phyrexian Revoker draws a card. So Randomous Damus is still keeping up with the rest of us Joneses. We're all on 6s or 7s. So next turn, yeah, I'll have 7 mana, but it's not really worth wiping the board. Ooh, Vizier of the Menagerie could be interesting. Let's see what we have. Lore Scale Coatl. Whenever you draw a card, it gets a counter. Not something I'm scared of. Alright. So we can blow up the Izzet Signet with this Rex Sage, but that's not really something I'm interested in. I want to save it for the Mind Dilation. Vizier of the Menagerie is pretty sweet. Let's do that. See what we get. And then we can always play this Coalition Relic if we don't get a creature off the top, which we don't. It's basic plains. So we've got a Temple of the False God. Coalition Relic. Put a counter on Coalition Relic, and then next turn we can play Martial Coup. We get to draw this Plains for turn and play it. Again, we're sandbagging the Windswept Teeth because we don't need it to fix our mana. And we might need it for landfall triggers. And I could attack Dak Faden. This Vizier of the Menagerie is a 3/4, so it does stop everything in play. So I'm going to go ahead and attack Dak Faden. Because Dak's ultimate is just really, really scary. Okay. Top of our library is Elsbeth, which is also a great card to play on this board. Opponents are deciding what to do with their triggers, and they all draw cards, which is reasonable. That Lore Skelquaddle is going to get fairly large. Its Mind's Dilation is going to be a pain. Dak Fated can seal our Coalition Relic, but that means that Dak goes down to 1 and makes him very vulnerable. We'll see. 7 mana for Reikoku. Are we just casting that Mind's Dilation? Probably. Yes, we is. Rashmi trigger. Okay, they have their commander in play, so we can... whoops, what did the Rashmi trigger reveal? Just a land. Which does not... It's not get put onto the battlefield. Got it. And then Rashmi also comes in at Dak, which, if the Revoker does not block, will prevent Dak from stealing my Coalition Relic. Yeah, Revoker is blocking, because Randomus Namus might be a little short on mana. I mean, they are a little short on mana relative to myself and Reikoku. So Dak is going to steal my Coalition Relic, which I don't really care about because I have a lot of land drops. And it means that they're not filling their graveyard for Marchesa. And whatever reanimation shenanigans they want. So that's not the worst thing in the world. Yep. Oh, we should float a mana, and then this thing will automatically help us pass the turn. This no possible play yield all function is extremely useful for Commander because F6 doesn't really work. I mean, it works, but it only works for one player's turn, so you're F6ing 4 times over the course of a match instead of twice. And it's extremely inconvenient. But you have to tap you have to tap out for it to work. It's a Talisman of Indulgence. So Randomus Namus is caught up on mana. Gene Gull is pretty far behind on that. Their Vivid Creek doesn't make mana anymore. Doesn't make non-blue mana. Rhystic Study is going to be a pain. That card is going to be uncomfortable. What do they exile? Just a land, right? Because then... Okay. So the problem is that we... we get to kill Dak next turn. For sure, which is excellent. Unfortunately, our opponent, Randomus Namus, gets to keep control of our Coalition Relic, which is unfortunate. I just said that. It's a little annoying. I would like to get my artifact back, please and thank you, but there's a reason Dak Faden is a vintage staple. Yavimaya Coast gives Caseto's player Gene Gull some green mana, some much needed green mana. Comes at a very small cost because life totals are real high in Commander. Oh, and I don't need to do anything about Dak Faden. This Encroaching Wastes could be problematic because it's coming after my Azorius Chancery, I suspect. Okay, so we can use let's see how much mana we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Potentially 9. Or 10 if we play Vorinclex and then tap a land. But that's not really helpful because I can't do anything with 2 mana. I don't want to wipe the board. We can Rex Sage the Mind's Dilation and then play Elsbeth, which seems very reasonable. Yeah, that's my plan. All right. And it does mean that our opponent gets to draw 2 cards. Randomest Namus gets to draw 2 cards, which is frustrating, but I would rather play my spells and have them draw extra cards than not play my spells. Alright, Mind's Dilation trigger. What are we exiling? Oh, we exiled the Boiler Works, right? That's fair. So no value. I was not keeping track of that. Sure. Get dead, Mind's Dilation. Yep, we'll use that ability. And we're still drawing lands off of Gay Dads, which is not actually bad at all. Because we just basically always want to draw lands. So we're going to plus Elsbeth. And then I don't know where we're sending these creatures. Or Elsbeth is getting countered by a Mystic Snake. Yup. Boo! Why can't I have nice things? Alright, well, Vizier of the Menagerie is definitely going at Gene Gull. I'm keeping Kainios back. Yes. Get in there, Island. So now the problem is, because we're drawing this Flooded Strand, we don't have a whole lot of card advantage. Not a huge number of ways to impact the board. We're just a little at risk of falling behind and having nothing to do with our mana, which is a problem this deck has. Oh, I need to float the mana so that we get to not have to respond. Right. Alright. So yeah, this is a problem this deck has where we can ramp a lot and we draw a lot of cards, but because we're so mana heavy, we don't have a ton of things to do. And especially if our opponent has counter spells and our cards like Vizier are not giving us a tremendous amount of value. But we could use our fetch lands to filter for Vizier, which will allow it to give us some more value. Acidic Slime, hopefully destroying Rhystic Study. If they go after one of my lands, that is really, really bad. But Rhystic Study is just pretty obviously the most dangerous permanent on the board, so... Oh, they get a free Lightning Greaves out of the transaction because of Rashmi. That's nice for them. I don't really care about it because I don't really have much targeted removal, and Lightning Greaves is not, just not a worry. We have this Martial Coup or whatever, so it's nice for Reikoku. Randomest Namus. Wait, what? They let them draw a card off the Lightning Greaves? That's unfortunate. Okay. That's very unfortunate, but I guess they have something to do with 2 mana. I'm guessing Counterspell. Just straight up Counterspell. Okay. Rhystic Study is gone. Thank Goddess. And Rashmi's connecting. That Rhystic Study really painted a target. The Rhystic Study and the Deck Faden really painted a target on Randomest Namus's back. Which is actually not that bad for them because Dethrone kind of requires that they have the lowest life total. Or definitely not the highest. But we'll see if they have a way to deal with this. Damnation here would be a little painful. My Vizier of the Menagerie is the only thing really giving me card advantage. So it's a thing. It's an important thing. So what did they cast? They played a Flood Straight. Okay, Solemn Simulacrum is not something I have an issue with. We have 10 mana, which I think is the most. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 10. Or plus 1 is 10. So Randomous Neighbors is actually keeping up with us in mana, but only because they stole our Coalition Relic. Oi. That Phyrexian Arena. I need a Bane of Progress. That would be great. Just like completely wreck RN's board. Get rid of the Lightning Greaves, which is not necessary, but a thing. Coiling Oracle. Snake, 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 snake. Snake Tribal. Oh yeah. Large Scale Quaddle is a 6/6. Thas is a online and a 5/5. Thassa is a real good card. Just like, it's a good Magic card. No question about that. If in a deck dedicated to it. So they can just make something unblockable and bash for damages. Randomous Nameless is still the scariest, but I'm kind of up there, and so is Reikoku. This game is turning out really well, pretty balanced, you know. Everyone is executing their game plan. Better make that snake unblockable or Acidic Slime is going to eat it. Called it. It's not a difficult 2 mana to spend. Oh, and it shuts off Thassa. And they have to discard? Yeah, no. This is not great for Gene Gull. They should have, if anything, they should have attacked with the Thassa. I want another red source. So we're gonna Windswept Teeth. Hopefully we can shuffle into something we care about. We already have Taiga. I guess we can grab Stomping Ground or Plateau or Sacred Foundry. Let's get Stomping Ground. And yes, I would like to pay 2 life. Hello, Solemn Simulacrum. Value and another shuffle effect. It does help ramp us, which we just don't need. You know, we don't need help ramping. But meh, it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is not enough to cast Vorinclex, and I don't want to cast Martial Coup. So we're just gonna pass the turn here. We're gonna send our creatures at Randomous Namus. So now, if Solemn Simulacrum gets removed, we just get to draw a card. So we don't care about like having it as our only blocker. Because we would like to block with it. We'd also like our opponent to spend resources getting rid of it. Randomous Namus is probably going to trade Solemn Simulacrum for Reclamation Sage here. Draw an extra card. There's no good reason not to, I don't think. Or they're blocking Vizier to take as little damage as possible. Which is also reasonable, but not the line I would have taken because they take less damage overall if they block the Reclamation Sage. Unless they just have a Wrath on their turn. Like, that's the only way this play makes sense. Which is possible. The reason I didn't lead with Vorinclex there is because it's pretty likely to get countered. Like, Reikoku specifically left blue untapped. Gene Gull specifically left 1 blue untapped. There are counter spells floating around. Misty Reinforced is not a card I want to draw, but at the same time, having multiple shuffle effects for Vizier is pretty good, so I might just like let myself draw it this turn, next turn. We'll see. We'll see how that works. It really just all depends on how the game shapes out. Because again, once we start hitting some more of our big things, we just want a lot of land in play. Simic Sky Swallower is a pretty sweet card. Great way to pressure Planeswalkers. Not too bad at pressuring players. Fantastic with Rashmi. I'm assuming they revealed the land, right? Whoops, that's not... Yeah. Simic Growth Chamber. Pretty sweet with Kaidios and Tyro. Like, it lets them exploit the trigger a bit. They played Lumbering Falls instead, which I guess is reasonable. Rashmi's hitting Randomous Damos too, yeah. Bunch of mana plus the arena is, and plus no ability to strike back is a pretty bad place to be if you're trying not to die. Just the way that works. Vampiric Tutor does not help things as far as us not killing them. Okay, so any creature they control with a counter on it dies. Alright, so... Okay, so basically, if my Vizier the Menagerie dies, then I'm going to fetch with this Flooded Strand. But if it doesn't, I probably won't fetch. Shuffle effects are extremely valuable with like cards like Vizier and Oracle of Moldiah. Also, this Vizier is a snake. That is sweet. Snaky snake. Well, technically a Naga, but the whole differentiation between snake and Naga is real weird, especially when you have like snake tribal, like Kaseto. And also the fact that Naga are kind of Japanese, right? But the Japanese set didn't deal with Naga, they dealt with snakes. I don't know, I could be wrong about the fact that Naga are Japanese, but... Okay, more tutoring. Makes me kind of scared that an infinite combo is going to happen sometime soon. It's a little worrisome. Tainted Isle is a sweet card. Because if you have a swamp, it fixes blue mana or adds black. Rune's Guard is Demonic Tutor on a stick. Pretty big stick. Teddy Roosevelt would be proud. And of course, like always, we don't get to see what they tutor for because it's a card with no conditions. There are no restrictions. Oh, hey, another tutor. Hi. Or Kaidios and Tyro. Sweet. I will draw a card. K and T. Yavimaya Elder is a sweet card. Specifically because it's a shuffle effect, you know. Ambush Viper! Flying Ambush Viper! Which makes me think they have actual Ambush Viper as well. Which is something that I should be aware of. Alright, up to 6 mana now. Definitely, definitely solid. This game has been going for half an hour, and no one is even close to winning. Which is how these sort of commander games go with Kenice and Tyro. They really slow things down. Because everyone gets a bunch of mana, everyone gets their big swingy effects, and everyone draws cards. So it helps with flooding because you can just draw cards, or if you need to ramp, you can. And just it makes the games a lot more consistent, which tends to slow them down. And it doesn't help that the deck is kind of designed to slow things down, and that the only fast deck at this table, Cascade, has been a little mana deprived. Oi, Seedborn Muse is good. That's a magic card. It's a magic card that I'm not playing because it's not particularly useful for me, but it's a good magic card. And that Winged Quaddle turned on Thassa. Coiling Oracle is a Snake Elf Druid. Simic Guild is creepy. Like, they need to be in a horror movie, kind of creepy. Oh, hey. An opportunity to draw a card with Solemn Simulacrum. Yes, please. I would definitely rather cash in my Solemn Simulacrum for a card than take 5 damage. It's a real easy decision. Yes, I would. Oh! Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. We got the combo. Oracle plus Vizier is... Oh, wow. Well, that's a Maelstrom Water. Alright, how much mana do we have? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we can jam Vorinclex, and if Vorinclex resolves, we can jam this Maelstrom Wanderer. Or we can just jam the Maelstrom Wanderer now. Bait a counterspell. Let's jam this Oracle first. See how somebody responds. Because it's relatively innocuous with the Maelstrom Wanderers on top of my library. Yeah. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Leaves the fetch. Triggers. Alright, so Plow can take care of Randomest Nameless's copy of Kainios, or it can take care of Thassa. I think I'm going to take care of Arrow taking care of Thassa. Oh, we get a Rhystic Study of our own? That's awesome. Okay. And it's going to bait something. Capsize targeting Thassa with buyback. That is perfectly reasonable. Oh, Capsize plus Seedborn Muse is kind of dirty. Thankfully, we get this Rhystic Study. Oh, I should have targeted. That was dumb. Yeah, I should have targeted Seedborn Muse with the path. Or the plow. With plenty of pretty much every color. I guess green and white. So I guess we'll just grab a Savannah. Feels bad. Oh, it doesn't really matter. I definitely want another green source. Though, I don't think we need another white source. And let's get another white source just in case. We're going to fetch again. That Maelstrom Wanderer was a heap load of value. Alright, now we'll get, I guess, Volcanic. Hey, Corrosive Verge, more value. Karmic Guide, which we can't cast, but which I'll love to draw next time. And now our deck's operating at peak efficiency. Or very close to it. Equipity, so our commander doesn't go away. And then we get to bash with a bunch of stuff. So Gene Gull is now kind of the most threatening. So we're just going to send our Maelstrom Wanderer at them, because anything else we send can just get blocked by this Seedborn Muse. We have to send like Kaidios and Vizier, and they can essentially trade Mystic Snake for Vizier by double blocking with that and Seedborn Muse, which is not what I want to do. It's not what I want to have happen. So we'll just lump them for 7 and then pass the turn. Then we get to draw Karmic Guide to bring back, I guess, only Solemn Simulacrum. But Karmic Guide lets us Vorinclex. And then if it gets countered, do stuff. Birds of Paradise is not the best draw. But it's not too bad because, you know, we have a lot of options already. Okay. So now we have some good cards in our hand. We have a tremendous amount of card advantage just sitting on the battlefield. This Rhystic Study is going to be a little sticky. If Gene Gull wants to buy back wants to capsize with buyback, they're probably going to target Rhystic Study first, because otherwise they get to draw a bunch of cards. And Corrosive Verge is another shuffle effect, which is pretty great with Oracle and Vizier. Although we don't have a ton of non-land, non-creature cards in the deck, so it's not super necessary. It is helpful. Oi! Boundless Realms is ridiculous here. 1, 2, 3, 6... 10 basics, sure. Am I getting to draw a card? I am getting to draw a card. Oh, we get Revelark, which only gets back Solemn right now, so it's not great. But, like, we can Yaphomaya Elder, crack Yaphomaya Elder, evoke Revelark for Simulacrum and Elder, which is a pretty sweet line. Like, legitimately all the value. The problem is so much of this value revolves around ramping, and we don't need to ramp anymore, so it's a little bit less than ideal, but it's not the worst at all. It's pretty great still. Up to 10 basics. And if you're playing Boundless Realms, you probably have a ton of basics in your deck just for like these situations. So Reikoku's next turn is going to be scary. Yeah, that is absurd. Let me just show you the magnitude of this for a second. Don't worry, I'll open those others. Look at that. Look at how many lands. That's 14th. Yeah, that's 20 lands. Oy. It's absurd. It's just absolutely absurd. Oh, we get to draw this Revelark because of our opponent's gay dads, so... Phyrexian Arena trigger. Carrion Feeder is a sweet card for their deck. So what do we do? What are they doing with all this black mana? Transmute Talaria West for what? Whoops, revealed. There we go. Anything? No, it's just an island from Mind's Dilation earlier. Cabal Coffers. That's what they're doing with all the... Oh. Vomit. They still have Marchesa. They still have Concerto. Okay. I am absolutely terrified. Because they still have 6 black mana left over. How is this a thing? Oy. Ah, so scared. 6 black plus the rest of their 8 mana. 5 to pay for Heuristic Study. Alright, 13 left. Just 13 mana left. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get 1 Heuristic Study trigger. At least Gene Gull can break this... any combo shenanigans up. But... I really need to get Vorinclex down to prevent Cabal Coffers from being even more ridiculous next turn. Custody Lich. Become the monarch. Target player sacrifices a creature. Okay. So I gotta poke Randomus Namus with a creature. Actually, no. I'm gonna have to poke Gene Gull with a creature. Because Gene Gull is the one who's gonna be attacking with flying. Targeting me? Okay, that's actually good. I would rather have this Rexage in the graveyard than not. Because of Revelark. Now we can just evoke Revelark, get Simulacrum and Rexage. And everything is good. You know how you do. Floating Dream Zubera. Oh. That's a nice trigger. So it's a nice combo. Monarch is beginning of your end step, draw a card. Oi. Chasm Skulker's pretty great too. They were able to pay for a heuristic study every time. It's a nightmare. This is just terrible. This whole situation is spiraling out of control. I need a Bane of Progress. Or Austere Command. Austere Command would be great. Destroy all creatures with CMC 3 or less. And all artifacts. Sounds perfect right now. Monarch. Why? Alright, Skulkity Skulk Skulk. I would not like to put a land onto the battlefield, so I'll draw Revelark. There's a Courser, which doesn't really help because our life total isn't low and we already have Oracle of Moldiah. It's not the worst, but it's just not as valuable as we would like. But we'll see what's on top. Alright, what's happening? I'm surprised at the no capsize from Gene Gold. I guess they're playing around like something out of Reikoku's hand. Or they just didn't want to give me a card with Heuristic Study, but that's not right because they could have paid the one with after the Gay Dad's trigger resolved. Acidic Slime probably targeting my Heuristic Study, even though it's like not the best thing to target. You definitely want to blow up the Phyrexian Arena here. 100%. Okay. That's a Wood Elves, which is not super ideal, but it's a shuffle effect, so who cares? Basically just living to shuffle. Yeah, no, that's not the right target. I'm not the biggest threat at this table. RN is by far the biggest threat. So I mean, I get that, like, they didn't want to give me an extra card because of Thassa, because they're casting Thassa this turn without extra mana, but still, no. Target the player who's actually wrecking us. Alright? How about you do that? Thanks. Sounds salty. I'm a little salty. It's not a big deal, though. I have enough resources that I can stand to be a little targeted. Gene Gold deciding how to line up their attacks. Which they decide not to attack at all, which is actually not bad. So we have Eternal Witness, which could return, I don't know, something. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 mana maybe. Just gonna cast stuff until I can't cast stuff. How about that? That sounds like a plan. Just play stuff from the top of my library until I don't have anything else to play. Because I really think this Vorinclex is gonna get countered. So we're gonna get, I guess, Elsbeth back. Not Elsbeth Tassioni, but I wish it were. Yes, I would like to return that. Yes, I would like to play Jungle Shrine. Yes, I would like to play Plateau. Yes, I would like to play Tireless Tracker. This is absurd value, but I'm not getting anywhere because... Alright, we're going to Corrosive Verge to trigger Tireless Tracker and shuffle, so maybe we have a creature on top. Like, I'm not really getting anywhere because I'm still, like real scared about this, like, I'm not going to be able to stop whatever Randomest Davis is going to do. Alright, there's Celestia Sanctuary. So we have 6 mana left, which is exactly enough to evoke Revelark, get back Rexage for the Phyrexian Arena, and Solemn Simulacrum. It's also just enough to Elsbeth and plus. But Revelark is much less likely to get countered. And Elsbeth plus doesn't affect... Oh, we have 7 mana. That doesn't change anything, though, because we just get the birds into play. Yeah, alright. Alright, let's do it. Alright. So this is working. Kind of wanted to draw that Celestia Sanctuary, though, so... It's not necessarily the best to shuffle with Solemn, but I'd still rather pick up the land here. Especially in case there's a Noble Hierarch on top. There isn't, but... We have a dead Phyrexian Arena. We have a bunch of haste creatures, but we can't really attack with all of them. I don't... whoops, that was not a time to F6. I still need to jam this birds. Yeah, we can't really attack profitably. So I'm just going to get this birds into play, and we're going to have to discard 1 card. So goodbye, Courser of Crucifix. Opt plus Rashmi trigger that basically just draws them a card, but it reveals. Oh, they do have... We do know they have Counterspell. Okay. and Trigon Predator, which will not target me because the clues in the Solemn are just not worth it. But it will probably. Like, the next target is the Coalition Relic, I suspect. Or my Lightning Greaves, but again, that's not high profile. It's like Coalition Relic that isn't Signet than other stuff. Alright, trigger. I would not put a land card on the battlefield. Green Warden is amazing here. We get to start like looping Eternal Witness and shenanigans, and it's just all good. It's all good. Unless Randomous Namus just combos us out, which is entirely possible and very, very unfortunate. Caffeine is actually real good right now. Yeah, Courser's not the best. So we're going to do that. And then, because this birds might end up blocking something, we do want to actually F6 instead of tap it for mana and then use the no possible play yield all option. Future Sight is real good for Rashmi. And just in general, great card. If the triple blue weren't annoying and if we weren't so tight for space and some of the effects I want in this deck, we would definitely play it. Oh, and it lets him cast Swiftfoot Boots too, which is nice. Redundancy in the haste and untargetable effect is actually pretty good. Croson Grip is a thing. It's a thing that gets rid of Coalition Relic real well. Just like, oh hi, by the way, no. By the way, no. So that's something that's pretty likely to happen. Trigon Predator will also get haste. We'll get haste because of the Swiftfoot Boots, and then we have Croson Grip. Hopefully Randomous Namus gets 2 of their artifacts destroyed. Although I could... Oh, they just didn't equip. Wow. Okay. It's either an oversight or they're planning on spending 14 mana next turn. No one has been able to unseat Randomous Namus as the Monarch, so they get to draw another card at the end of their turn. Yeah, there's like no reason not to attack and then Croson Grip, right? Oh, well, they can't attack anyway because of this Runescar Demon. Never mind. But you can still Croson Grip, because like if it reveals something you want to cast but can't cast at instant speed. Oh, no. I get it now. They're gonna Croson Grip on... They're gonna Croson Grip on Randomous Namus' turn, so they get a Rashmi trigger. That's how that works? Each turn, not on each of your turns. Okay, so yeah, Rashmi does trigger on opponents. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense, actually. They're gonna Croson Grip and flip, like, see if they can cast the top card, or just draw a card. That's a problem. That's definitely getting hit with the Croson Grip. Like, that just became the biggest target on the field. Dragonlord Silumgar. I'm guessing Seedborn Muse? Maybe my Oracle or my Vizier, though. And the response is obviously to Croson Grip the Panharmonicon, which happens, and then Raikoko gets Stunt Double into their hand, which they can cast next turn to copy something. And Pongify. The Stunt Double will cast Pongify off the top, which is actually sweet. Our Panharmonicon's down. Silumgar is still grabbing something. My Oracle. Okay, that's fair. We might just have to Martial Coup. I don't want to, but we might have to. That's an Anger. So we get everybody seeing the top of their library, but Gene Gull. Alright, Commander comes out, and we might have a problem now. Elspeth Minus does almost nothing. Martial Coup does too much. And we're all attacking player with the most life, which is Raikoko. Is that right? Yeah. All of them are Raikoko. Because then you get tremendous number of dethrone triggers. Oh, that is real good. That is real good. Elspeth's Minus now destroys the Silumgar without destroying my Oracle. Oh no, Silumgar couldn't attack. Never mind. Oops. So now do we Pongify something off the top and hope Stunt Double triggers? Like, hope Stunt Double gets you another card afterward, or do we wait? I don't know. I think you just Pongify now to reduce the amount of damage you're taking. But we'll see. Sky Swallower is eating the 5/3, which is the largest creature it can eat without dying. Oracle's chumping the 6/6, solid. And what else is going on? Predator in front of the Zubera. So yes, that's what's happening. And then Rashmi can't really block anything. So those are blocks. That's 10, 12, 15 damage coming across. Unless things get sacrificed to Carrion Feeder, in which case it's more. This is not good. It's not good. Reality Shift the Rune-Scarred Demon. Okay. Opponent responds by sacking it to Carrion Feeder, which will return at the end step. Should get them another Tutor, which is real good. So that Reality Shift did not do much. They should have Reality Shifted or Pongified Marchesa first, and then then removed the demon. Right? That would have been the better line. This board is getting really cluttered. Maybe we make our hand a little smaller so that everything else can be a little bigger. There we go. Does that actually? Yeah, it does. Okay, it actually changes things. There's a ton of this. There's a ton of blank space, like here and here, and that's real. It's really not good design for Magic Online. Wow. That card plus Chasm Skulker lets them draw as many cards as they want. Right? Because as many cards as they have mana for. Okay, so they're just gonna draw an absurd number of cards, return everything to the battlefield. But none of it has counters. So the only things that'll come back are the Chasm Skulker and the Carrion Feeder. If we Martial Coup. Which I think we're kind of forced to do here. Like, we're kind of priced into that sort of thing. This is just absurd. I don't think we're going to be able to win this. I think we're going to just straight up lose to Marchesa because we gave them too much time to set up and weren't aggressive enough with getting rid of their mana. If I could find Bane of Progress, we might have a shot. But this Cabal Coffers is just too good. So what is Metamorph copying? Probably Dragonlord Silumgar to grab my Vizier as well, or the Seedborn Muse. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Seedborn Muse is ridiculously valuable for them right now because they have the combo with Sage of Fables and Chasm Skulker. Yeah, that's ridiculously good for them. Still waiting on things to happen. I did just copy the Runescar Demon. Okay. Fair. Asceticism is annoying. Stunt double in response, copying, I don't know what. But Rashmi's triggering for Pongify, which I'm assuming is targeting the Seedborn Muse, right? Yup. Oh, but it's targeting Marchesa, which is completely reasonable as well. Seedborn Muse is not the threat here. That was misevaluation on my part. Sacrificing it to... oh, right. Sacrificing Chasm Skulker because it'll, come back and trigger and stuff. Like, it triggers Marchesa, so it'll come back at the end of the turn. And they have to do that now because Marchesa is about to go bye-bye and then get recast for only 6 mana next turn, so that doesn't it just delays things a little bit. Alright, so Pongify gets rid of that. Rashmi's trigger will cast Simic Cluestone, which is pretty solid. Because it just lets them cycle. Not the worst card in the world. Right now. So, let's see what else is on the top after Rashmi does a thing. Let's see what stunt double is. Oh, Terastodon? Whew! That is a spicy card. Oh, I still need to wipe the board. Wow. This is getting out of hand. This game is great. So much stuff happening, so many spells being cast, everyone has a bunch of cards in hand. K-Dads is like exactly the type of deck I like to play. Bunch of big stuff, bunch of awesome stuff. Capsizing Mystic Snake with buyback, so that the stunt double doesn't copy it and counter Asceticism, which means the stunt double is just going to copy Seedborn Muse, I guess. Probably. So it does copy Seedborn Muse. I was right there. Oh, this is like opposite. This is RN Library, and this is Reikoku Library. Alright. Glenalendra on top, which is nice. Okay, here we go. Holy... wow. Avengers great. I would get a boatload of lands, but probably not enough. So... see what else we can do. Basically have to martial coup. Okay. There's no way this board can keep going. This Urborg is like the most annoying thing on Magic Online. Alright. But we're just gonna martial coup for X equals 7. Or for X equals 5, rather. 7 mana. Minimum possible. So it better not be a counterspell from Reikoku. This thing has to resolve. What? Seriously? You're seriously gonna counterspell this thing? Oh, response to the Factor Fiction. Draw a Terastodon. Whose Factor Fiction is targeting Gene Gull? Alright. Wait, no, is it? I don't know who it's targeting. We'll find out. Top 5. 2 piles. One of them Soul Ring, which I don't care about. So basically, Edric and Rite of Replication are the 2 scariest. So you want to split them up. That's a fine split. Right is definitely the scarier of the 2. That's also a fine split. You're just like hedging the most possible against Rite of Replication. But it still gets picked. Alright, does Martial Coup resolve? Please let this resolve. So we can just crack a clue and play Avenger, but that's not really what I'm interested in when we have this Vorinclex. But the Vorinclex will likely get countered, so I don't know. Are you seriously going to Mystic Stake this? Oh, Asceticism to regenerate. That is fine. No issues there. Just like don't legit mess up my Martial Coup, because Randomous Namus needs to be gone. Cracking Burnished Heart is a good sign that it'll resolve. Asceticism just regenerates all their creatures, which is okay. This game might take a full 2 hours. Which is kind of amazing. Yeah, you can regenerate all your stuff. Don't really care. Just let me kill the thing. And we'll all be happy. Just let me wipe the board. Let me draw. Oh, I don't even need to crack a clue. Draw a card off of Solemn Simulacrum. Yeah, that's the thing. Alright, so we good? Holy mother of, we're good. Chasm Skulker doesn't make anything. Floating Dream Zubera draws 1 card, and I get to draw a card off of Solemn. And then we might be able to bait the counterspell with Elsbeth. Terastodon destroys non-creature permanents, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mana left. So we can cast Elsbeth and Avenger, but we can't cast Avenger and Vorinclex. Or we can go Green Warden and then some. Then something, I don't know. Can't Green Warden and then Maelstrom Wanderer, though. I really want Vorinclex to resolve, but I really want Green Warden to resolve. Or sorry, I really want Avenger to resolve, so like... I guess we try to bait the counterspell with Elsbeth. Two... white, non-green. Oh. I know the line I should have taken. I should have Vorinclex and then gotten a countered and then Karmic Guided the Vorinclex. And that would have been exactly 13. That probably would have been a better line than just getting Elsbeth into play. We could make a tremendous army, though, with Elsbeth and Avenger as Zendikar. Take her up. Can also Wood Elves into Karmic Guide, but I don't want to get anything back with Karmic Guide unless it's Vorinclex fighting through a counterspell. So we'll just run this Avenger into a counterspell, and then everything will be okay. Making all the land, all the plants. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 plants. If I had a Crater Hoof, this game would be over. But I don't have a Crater Hoof in my deck. Because I don't plan for scenarios like this. They just happen sometimes. Also, all these cards will probably be off of my board by the next time I... Oh, no F6ing. No F6ing. I need to equip the Lightning Greaves. Somebody should be taking 5, but unfortunately they're not. Oh well, that's fine. Still, the Shroud is more important. Oh, this game is exhausting. In the best way. It's so great. This is the stuff I love. Just like all the back and forth. Oh wow. Actually, I'm surprised Avenger didn't get countered. Someone have a Cyclonic Rift or something? That would be real awkward. I'd just straight up lose these clue tokens. Not that I really mind if we're getting rid of the rest of the board, but still. I guess Reikoku is... Oh no. Nope. Not happy. That is very not good. Rite of Replication is... Oh no, it has Shroud. And Rite of Replication targets... wait. They can Terastodon and have the Lightning Greaves be one of the things destroyed. And then kick Rite of Replication on my Avenger of Zendikar. And they have 21 lands. And Counterspell protects them from Mystic Snake. And I am terrified. But if they use their Counterspell to protect from Mystic Snake, then I can Green Warden back Martial Coup and Martial Coup. Like, cast that. So that's... Alright, so Counterspell gets rid of Mystic Snake. They play the Terastodon. Swan Song the Counterspell. Okay, so this might be okay. Things might be okay. Does Reikoku have another counterspell? And are they willing to use it to fight over this? This is like probably something worth fighting over. Because they get 105. Is that right? 105 plants? And then if they play a land, they have 105 1/2s. If that land is a fetch land of some kind, they have 105 2/3s. Plus the 5... Oh no. Wait, no. They play a land. They have 105 5/6s. Because they have 5 Avengers that each trigger. I just want to see this happen. I'm not even mad. That's amazing. So Swan Song worked. Now is this Mystic Snake? If I had a counterspell mana to cast it, I would get rid of the Mystic Snake just to see this happen. Because that is brilliant. Unfortunately, it's not happening. Which means the Lightning Greaves stays on, which means Rite of Replication does not get cast on my thing. Kicking Rite of Replication on Acidic Slime or Coiling Oracle would still be real solid, though. If you can get rid of Urborg, well, you just straight up get rid of Cabal Coffers then. I was thinking get rid of Urborg, make Cabal Coffers not as good, but that's not the best idea, you know. Just get rid of Cabal Coffers directly. Eliminate the middleman. This is a heck of a game. I just keep saying that because it's so true. We're like an hour and a half in. There's no one who's clearly winning or who clearly has a huge advantage. I mean, I say that assuming that my Avenger doesn't die. Or I say that assuming that my Avenger dies. Because if it doesn't die, then I have a clear advantage. But, because, like, my Elspeth is dying no matter what unless someone answers the Thassa. Right? Because it could just give itself indestructible and come over and kill my Elspeth. But, if someone answers the Thassa, then Elspeth lives and keeps churning out tokens. And my land drops keep doing stuff. And I suddenly have an army. Alright, Bird plus Greaves. Let's go. Elspeth dropping to 2. To 3. Sorry, to 3. Or just not dropping at all. This is fascinating. Like, everybody kind of has a full hand except Gene Gull, who has Capsize plus Seedborn Muse, so it doesn't matter if they have a full hand. Oh. I can just do that again. So DC Undead Vizier to tutor. Just like 5 mana tutor. Which is, you know, kind of why you play the card, because worst case scenario, it's 5 mana, go find something. Which is definitely not terrible in Commander. I mean, it's not the best, but it's not terrible. What? Rise of the Dark Realms? Holy mother. Okay, so my Elspeth is gone. Oh, so yeah, no, we're 100% Green Wardening back Martial Coup here. That is like not even a question. That's just wow. That's a thing. That's most definitely a thing. Oh. This is terrifying. Oh, so Lumgar is grabbing Elsbeth. But then Terastodon destroys Elsbeth, so that doesn't help them. Magic is just having trouble processing all the triggers. Rikoku is being salty. Like, good thing you countered Terastodon. Instead of this spell, which also gets them Terastodon. And an Avenger of Zendikar. Wait, is... Oh, and Phyrexian Metamorph copying Avenger of Zendikar. Yeah! So that's a thing that's happening. What is acidic slime targeting? Asceticism. Alright. Alright. Everything's happening. Wow. I got a Wrath again. If I even can, somebody's gonna counter it. I mean, Rikoku isn't, but Randomest Name is probably has a counter spell at this point. Or after all these triggers resolve, they'll have something. Let's be real. Let's be real. Ugh. Okay, this is like most of the triggers going away. Oh boy. Living Death is a thing? Oof. This is just getting absurd. Okay. So I can do this, but I need help. That's so many. What does Profaner of the Dead do? Turn all to your opponent's hand to their owner's hands. All creatures your opponents control toughness less than the exploited creature's toughness. Oh wait. Okay, we're all dead. Never mind. So, Maelstrom Wanderer gives things haste. And we're all dead. And Anger in the Graveyard, I think, gives everything haste. So, yeah, just... Unless Rikoku has a Cyclonic Rift, or Jingle has a Cyclonic Rift, and nobody else has anything. We're dying. We're just all dying. As if that's gonna do anything. Oh yeah, sure, your blockers. Your block... Wait, what? Oh, that was... Yeah, no. That's... What? Yeah, nice 2 blockers, doofus. No. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work at all. Come on. Come on. You have to have some perception of the situation. Guess Reikoku doesn't have Cyclonic Rift or Evacuation or anything. I mean, if you have to go, right, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Creatures for nothing and your attacks for free. Avenger of Zendikar is a busted magic card. It just is. It just is. They're blocking? What? Oh, they're just... No, just see how much damage that he can do. Don't try to block. That's like, the game's over. Let's have some fun with it. Let's see how ridiculous this output is. Come on now. Come on. Oh. Let's do this. 144... 221 damage. 221 damage. And I'm taking a screen cap of this. Alright. Thanks everybody. And I will see you on the flip side. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, leave a comment down below.